Hi everyone, welcome here for HOBO. We are at the 79th Film Festival in Cannes. We are on the Croisette, me and Davide. Good morning, Davide.
Good morning, Ricardo.
Today we are at the Cannes. We are discovering new voices, new directors, new form of art, with the cinema.
Yeah, of course, we are trying to find hidden gems across all the different sections of the festival. And today we are here at the Cannes, and we just finished here an interview with Sompot Chidgasornpongse, a Thai director, now debuting with his first fictional feature film after Railway Sleepers, which was a great documentary and observational film that he made almost 10 years ago. In these 10 years, he has been working closely with Apichatpong Weerasethakul as assistant director in many of his films, from Tropical Malady to the latest one, Memoria. And here in Cannes, he is premiering his new film, Nine Temples to Heaven, which tells the story of a man going to a nine-temple trip with his ailing mother and all of the other members of his family, sister, brother, and children. And it's a very touching and moving film that deals with themes such as religion and clashes between different beliefs, the ones of the younger generation and the ones, of course, of their parents. So hope you will enjoy the interview.
Yeah, it was a very, very beautiful interview. Enjoyed.
So first of all, thank you for being with us today, and congratulations for the film. We really loved it.
Of course, thank you so much.
And the film is, as far as I understood, a reimagination of your own personal experience, going on many nine-temple trips with your family over the years. So how did this autobiographical element become your first fiction film, actually?
Yeah, because I have more background in making documentary and experimental documentary. So when I started wanting to make a fiction film, I tried to start with something that I know. Yeah, at first the first draft of the script is even more documentary like than this, because I kind of remembering what it was like, the feeling that I had. Yeah, so the characters were loosely based on my own family members, but of course, after developing on it for many years, the characters starting to have their own life. So slowly they depart from my own family members. Yeah, but that's the starting point.
Yeah, and you explore the tensions, the push and the pull between older and newer beliefs. And do you think suggests with this film that the reality of Buddhism is more complex and questionable than it seems?
Yeah, because of course, the purpose the purpose of any religion is about this faith and spirituality, but in reality, of course, the religion become institution, and with that it comes with many problematic issues, like in temple in Thailand, it also become commercialized. There's also political aspect to it, yeah, like just the power dynamic,
Yeah.
and how the religion like Buddhism integrated in Thai politics or in other like consumerism thing, and it become more about touristic places rather than spirituality. So I feel like in this film I try to tap into that as well in a gentle way. Yeah, is that
Yeah. You answered me. Yeah, but it seems to me that it's also a film about male authority in a family and the roles each of us has in this fragile ecosystem we call family. So it was a theme for you to explore.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Because in the film, there's, like you said, there's many people who some believe in it, some doesn't. But actually, no one in the family wholeheartedly believe that it's gonna work. But of course, this is, I think, the tricky thing about faith and belief is like that's the back of your head. Most of many people are like questioning it, but we still try to do it because we're not sure, we don't know. Yeah, and I think that's also within myself. Like once you face, even though you might not believe in it, but once you face uncertainty or difficulty in your life, and there's no things to turn to, you many times you turn to faith, religion. Yeah, even though you might question it, I think that is something that the dilemma, this contradiction that I want to explore.
Yeah, and how was the transition from Railway Sleepers, which is a film that I really love,
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
and which of course adopted a more observational approach, as you said, to your fictional debut and a more narrative-driven future? And how much did your experience as an assistant director for Apichatpong and help you in this transition and in your artistic journey over these 10 years, I think?
Yeah, it's interesting that you mentioned Apichatpong and my documentary Railway Sleepers, because Apichatpong also started with a Mysterious Object at Noon, which is also partly like documentary as well. So I think, I mean, both me and him, we interested in the everyday life, the everyday people. Yeah, and I think that's why we already somehow had this documentary aspect to our films. That's what I think. Yeah. So the journey is something quite natural for me, because it's the film coming from observing everyday life. In my case, Level Super is on the train. In this case, is observing my own family and my own journey. So both film, I think, it has this also similarity in terms of traveling, observing. And then this train, instead of train, it becomes temples. Yeah, and it also happen and play with time from day to night. And this is this film as well. So there's some similarity there.
And if I'm not wrong, you have a background in architecture, is
Yeah.
that right?
Yeah.
So how does this has influenced your filmmaking, especially in this film? And what thoughts do you have about how to portray the architecture of these places through your cinema, both inside and outside the frame?
Yeah, I think tremendously. My training as an architect, and also I study major also in interior design. So I think the way when you study architect, they really train you to see space, to see light. Yeah, or imagine the movement of people inside the architecture, inside the space. Yeah, so and also how to frame, and you learn a lot about composition and things like that, colors. Yeah. So that's already embedded in my mind, and it comes more like, I think, quite natural for me when I see framing and when I see light and space. I think that helps a lot. And also the way I film a temple in this sense. Also, I try to frame it in a way that doesn't feel like tourism, to promote temple in Thailand, because the film is like this borderline can be about like propaganda or for Buddhism or tourism or thought. So I don't want that, which is also the challenge that I face with Railway Sleepers, like how to film train and not feel like a tourism promotion. Commercial.
And I also feel like there's a very narrative use of light and in this film, because the film begins from darkness to light, and then it turns progressively darker again towards the end. So how did you approach this aspect of the film?
Yeah, because light and darkness is just part of our everyday life. Yeah, and I feel like and the structure of the film, because you go to night temples, you have to start very early in the day and you end up very late, sometimes late at night. Yeah, so this is it feels like a natural thing to do in the film, because the film tries to mimic the trip, so the light will change. And I think lightness and darkness is part of life, and I think it's a metaphorical thing for the film, what the film is trying to say about life and journey of life as well. Yeah, about life and death. So it feels like it fits perfectly. Yeah, and I think that's, of course, cinematically, it's very something beautiful to be able to capture light and darkness. Yeah, and what it means.
Yeah. And was it like a long process choosing the right locations, the right temples, or was it something that you had already in mind, the places where to shoot?
Yeah, it's a long process of finding the right temples to choose, because actually in Thailand there's so many temples, like everywhere. But this film is shot in my hometown called Samut Prakan. So I went back to my hometown that I grew up, and I think I scalped like more than 70 temples. to choose the tempo that in the end we use in the film. Yeah, so it's a long process of choosing the right tempo that has the right element that I have in mind, and also my own memories
Yeah.
going to those tempo with my family.
So it wasn't just like a visual thing, but also some kind of emotion related to the location you were choosing.
Yeah, it's both personal and also the visual for the film and also historical importance, because actually for Thai person, when you see some temple, you recognize the historical importance of it. Especially, for example, the film with the temple, maybe the spoiler, like temple number 3, there's this pagoda, which is like very important in historical aspect to it. Yeah.
And also the environmental sound of the film is so rich. Can you tell us a bit more about this aspect and how did you work?
Yeah. The sound is equally important to me as the image. Yeah. And also because in the film, even though there's songs in it, but there's no score. So the sound design and the richness of the sound is very important, and it's come naturally because if you go to Thai temples, like all the sounds that you hear is very rich. Yeah, so I think I wanna incorporate that and also portray that aspect in the film as much as I can.
And how do you think this kind of movie can relate also to Western audiences? Because I think there are some, common themes about religion, about, this clash between younger generation and older generation. What do you think about that?
Yeah, definitely. Even though the specific ritual is very Buddhist, maybe even like only Thai Buddhists would do this kind of thing. But the universal thing is, like you said, is like we all have faith, or we know about religion, we know about people in family who will believe in it, not believe in it, this kind of crash. And also the film intimately is about a family trying to do their best for their family member, in this case for their grandma. And I think that's something very universal. And also, of course, it's a road trip. It is a family road trip drama. Yeah. So, and of course, with light touch of humor, and that's also something very universal.
Yeah, and I think also making this film was for you a long trip, when you started to think about it, and when actually the production has started.
Oh, it's been 9 years in development. Actually, at the end of Railway Slippers, there's mentioning of my family trip to 9 temples.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So actually, I've been thinking about this project for a long time. Yeah, so it's been 9 years in development, and it's definitely a long journey. Yeah.
What were the challenges during these years?
Ooh, so many things. I would say, of course, the main problem is the financing of the film. It took a long time, and in the end, we have to have co-production with many countries in order to secure the funding, the budget, the total budget, and that's one of the long process. Another process, of course, creatively, because I'm like I have background in documentary. Even though I work with Apichatpong and I know about making fiction, but to make your own thing, like I feel like I need time to really understand myself and to slowly develop things that I really want to make. Yeah, and that takes time as well.
The final question: what was the relationship between Apichatpong in the role as a producer? How what was his input into this film?
Yeah, well, indirectly and not indirect and directly, right?
Yeah.
So indirectly, of course, I worked with him for like 23 years. So I learned a lot from him, just observing him and working with him. So that part is always in the back of my head, like the influence are there because we exchange ideas as well. But directly in this project is he read the script, he gave comments, and in the end he said, I want you to make the film that you want to make, like as freely as you can. Yeah. So I think that the thing that I got from him, because I think he got that from his producer as well.
Yeah.
Like to be able to make films that he wanna make, and I think he wanna pass that along.
Yeah. Make sure that you can find your own path as well.
Exactly.
as a director.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
No, thank you
for
so
your
much.
time.
Thank you very much, and thank you for knowing about Railway Slippers.